All right. So there's one thing, it's not really a question. And of course, I saw it on YouTube. I'm going to throw his name out. And I want to say for the record, before I say this, I'm not trying to attack this person. He goes by Pagey on YouTube. Stephen Amell actually has watched a lot of his videos because one interview, Stephen actually brings up Pagey. So in some of those videos, he's noted with the Green Arrow and Canaries spinoff that, and in his opinion, was that he felt like maybe it got a little too much attention and it took too much away from Arrow season 8. But I guess to sum that up, do you know where that's going? Has there been any progress with that as of now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, it's funny. I don't know if I accept Pagey's premise that the Canaries took over too much of season 8. I know that there have been people who were like, if you only have 10 episodes, why are you spending 1/10 of your season on a backdoor pilot? The answer to that question is, if we didn't do the backdoor pilot, we'd only have 9 episodes. That objection is premised on the assumption that we always had 10. The truth is, we actually always had 9. And we added the 10th episode, once the network and the studio asked us for a backdoor pilot. And that's sort of, by the way, not to digress too much, but like, this is something I do see a lot on Twitter, like people, making a lot of assumptions that tend to be incorrect about just the way television's produced. And I don't personally feel like the narrative of season 8 was hijacked by Mia and her cohorts at all. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's totally fine. As far as what's going to happen, I don't know. And even if I did know, I wouldn't be in a position to announce it. I am expecting an answer very soon, within the next couple of weeks. But, one thing that's clear is the pandemic has thrown a lot of things into, uncertainty. But, I'm optimistic. I think, in one interview I had said I wanted to, if we didn't get picked up, I wanted to sort of continue the story in comic books. And I think a lot of people read far too much into that,
Right.
quite frankly. I always sort of look at things one step at a time. The first step is we have to find out, what the powers that be want to do with respect to Green Arrow and the Canaries. And if they decide not to pick it up, well, then we'll have to, discuss a variety of different solutions, or a variety of different ways to keep those characters alive. But I think I tend to look at these things as really quality problems, in the sense that I love the fact that we have characters who people really want to see. In some way, shape, or form. We have actors who really want to play those characters, who are very interested in returning to play them, even if the spinoff doesn't get picked up. These are all wonderful quality problems, and truth be told, the quality problems is what I think has led to a lot of the cooler things we've done in the Arrowverse. It's sometimes these things have sort of forced us to come up with creative solutions, and sometimes we do it as a different kind of spin-off, sometimes we do it as a crossover, sometimes we do it as an animated, sometimes we do it as a comic book. And one of the things one of the earliest decisions we made was that everything that was a tie-in to the live action shows would be considered canon. So that's allowed us, I think, to do the animated shows that actually, quote unquote, mean something, or stories that actually, quote unquote, happened. And same thing with the comic books. I love comic books. I love the fact that we can, stretch into them. But yeah, I wish I had an answer. Believe me, I'm as desperate for it as you guys. Beth Schwartz and I text about it, pretty much almost every day. Kat McNamara and I were just texting about it. But this is showbiz. You gotta, sometimes you gotta wait. There's a lot of projects, that I have kind of on the 10-yard line where I'm just waiting to hear back. That's the nature of this.